Test, 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 test. 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 What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. In Alhamdulillah hunman kathira. Wassalat wassalam ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Wa khataman awa'in wa rahmatul alamin. Wadya in rabibnihi wa saddaju manira an abat. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's up, everybody? this is the Jedi. And if you were here moments ago, I'm saying moments, but it really wasn't moments. It is jihad. And it's something more because I don't change my settings. I don't need to. I don't need to. So, because we didn't crash, and that still could happen, then it was the sound. How long did I sit and I didn't know if there was even a sound issue? Thank God I said, oh, let me just check my sound. I still don't know what it was. I still don't know. I went into the settings and everything is as it always is. So, I don't know. I still don't know what it was. Now suddenly we have this great sound. Wasted, what, an hour probably? I want to say this too now. This is how this all produces itself, because I never know what I'm going to say when I sit down. You know, producing a YouTube video, everybody, or even a YouTube live stream, any of it, is a lot of work. I don't say that enough. But what I have said over the years, and I'm going to say again, is with it, most anything in life, people, especially in this country, or is that bastard, the Curry bastard that's running on the Republican side in this country. He says that 50,000 times in every... I don't want to get worked up this early. Anyway, especially in this country, people are used to the result of behind the scenes hard work. We just expect performance of anything. A microwave, the car will start, you know, a YouTube video, a movie, just anything, you know, a song, boom, it's just there. You don't ever contemplate what it took for that to be. You know? And so as it relates to this today, you know, I'm not a computer technician, you know. I took computer programming in high school, but that was before this age of internet and all of that. And so you're just used to, ooh, the Jedi's on, click, and there he is. It's not that. It's I have to first have an inspiration. That's first. I have to have inspiration. I don't just... That's why I can go long periods without speaking, because I'm not inspired, or some things I don't want to speak about, or that's a waste of time. That doesn't move anything. I can't do anything about that, so never mind. You know, and I'm just not... I can't. So first there has to be an inspiration. You know, then I gotta have the physical energy, because it takes energy to sit here and to present yourself to the world and to hold an audience and to be informational and all of that, just all that is. So you gotta have the physical energy. Do I feel like it? I could just still stay in my underwear and lay down on the couch, watch something else, you know. So you gotta have the physical energy. Then I have to set up my camera and the lighting. I have to physically get ready, because I don't want to... I always have said to you, you, us, we, wherever you exist on the earth, whatever you're doing, if you're just in a convenience store, you are an ambassador for our people, damn it. But certainly as it relates to being on a video, this could go on for some time until the white devils shut your entire channel down, like they did with my 23,000 subscriber channel. But barring that, it could go on, and so you don't want to have anything out there where you've not tried to be at some level of your personal best to represent us. So I have to get ready. Then the technology end of it, you know, the software that I'm using that links into YouTube in order to present my image to you and my sound, that all has to sync up, you know, and your internet connection has to be right and all these things. And so it's not just proof live, you know. If you somebody, I've not arrived at the iPhone and iPad level. I'm not going to be arriving there, you know. I don't need to, because I'm a practical man and I'm not into extravagance. And if something works, that's good enough for me. How many times over the 23 years? Well, now this is October. We're well over 23 and a half years now that I've owned my car. And people, you should get a new car. You should get a new car. You know. Well, my car still works. I'm not really interested in anything else. I just need to get from point A to point B. You know, I don't really need the latest Honda. It would be nice if Oprah wants to drive one up to my house and say, "Oh my God, you get a Honda," you know, I'll take it. Give me the key. But left to my own devices, it has to all go wrong. And then, oh, now I need another car. Oh, you know, I'm a basic man, dude. I'm basic. The things that matter so much to me in life are also my prison, because I know what's really important. I do. I really know. But the knowledge of that can be lonely, and it can be a prison as well, because it's a knowing that you can't really give. You can't give it. I don't even know if I want to say you can share it. I don't know. I just say that's up in the air. The jury's out, you know. So it takes a lot, man. You know, it takes a lot. That's why I always bitch at you especially when I'm live. You know, thumbs up the stream, thumbs up, and that's why I go so hard, because you don't understand what it took for me to sit here right now and for you to see and hear me. There's a process. I always tell you, nothing just becomes. Everything has a pathology. Everything in life, in existence, has even the creation of the universe. Well, the pathology is very simple. Allah just said be, and it was. But that was still a pathology. Allah still had to say be. Still had to do that, you know. So everything has a pathology. I was talking to a young teenager the other day, and by the way, some people I knew died recently, and it's been a interesting time for me. But there's a lady that I know. She's blind, but if you're around her, you would have no idea she's blind. She's so aware. I literally forget she can't see. But I was speaking to her grandson, and because he's going to be graduating next year, and as it relates to things just becoming what I was just talking about, one of the things I said to him in my talk to him, my bequeathing lecture, was this principle of nothing just becomes, you know. And I used the example again of Beyonce, you know. For whatever I'm going to say about Beyonce, and y'all know I can't with her, but I said to him, you know, again, that because I was trying to help him understand the value of work and appreciating the creative process of anything, you know, so that he could understand where to place his priority when he's trying to attain anything. You have to like, enjoy, or love, or be obsessed with the process of that, because the fruition of it will be sweeter for you, you know. And so I said to him, you know, when you see Beyonce standing on a stage with a 50-mile-an-hour fan blowing on her, that's 5 minutes. Even if she does a 2-hour concert, that's 5 minutes of her career. That's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes, because for whatever I think of Beyonce, I always have given her her just due. I'm exhausted watching her, even if I hate what she's doing. I'm exhausted because I understand what all had to take place for that to be, you know. You just even do a music video. You know, her Single Ladies was a big, you know, everybody was doing this crap. And the path out, I didn't know I was going to say any of this. Y'all know that. This is the Jedi. This is how it goes. But first, she has to have an inspiration. That she's a mom, she's a daughter, she's a sister, she's an auntie, she's a friend, she's a girlfriend to people, she's a lot of things. She has a life. Where does she find time to allow the inspiration to come to her? Then she gets the inspiration, Single Ladies. Whenever it comes, or however it comes, boom, she gets it. Now, maybe some lyrics come to her, but she hasn't heard the music yet. Or she heard the music, but she didn't hear the lyric. That didn't come. Whatever the universe was doing, she didn't get it all. Now you got to pick who you're going to work with to develop this inspiration. Because you may not know what all of it is yet. You haven't heard it all. You maybe just got the lyrics. Oh, I'm feeling this. Or she had an experience, or she was at a restaurant, or she was with somebody, she did something. Oh, this is... But now she's got to hear music. And she's not a musician on top of that. And even if she was, it wouldn't matter. She still got to sit, even if she was a musician, she still got to at least sit at the piano and start plucking out what she thinks she could possibly hear. This is weeks. Weeks. Then she calls up, she's got to get a hold of some producer. Then their schedule has to line up, because they can't just drop everything for Beyonce. A lot of them probably would, but because she's Beyonce. But she's probably in line, because there's a lot of big people. Especially she wants to work with Rodney Jerkins, Starchild, or she wants to work with, you know, Jimmy and Terry or somebody. You know, she's got to get on the list. I'm sure she's got a home studio, so she's plucking some things out, and you know, who's going to be the backup singer? You've got to source that. And how are you going to lay the... It's weeks and months and months and months of just developing the sonic of the song. Just the sonics of it. And perfecting that down to that's going to be the song. Then, oh my God, we're going to do a video. Now you got to hire a video director. You got to hire, there's sourcing for locations, lighting, how's it going to look? You got to sit with concept developers. I mean, it's, oh my God. Then, what am I going to wear? Then there's got to be choreography. Now you got to hire a choreographer. You got to be in the dance studio for a month and a half. And it's just, I mean, all you see is a 4-minute single ladies, and she looks amazing and perfect, and she's doing it all perfect. But there was work that went to make that happen. That work. I've always been someone who I never had a problem appreciating that. It just was always easy for me. In fact, I'm curious. I can't just see anything and go, oh, that was great. I'm watching it. I'm already analyzing what the process was for that. What was that? You know, last thing I'll say on this before, because I want to get moving. And I'll use Beyonce again because, you know, I was watching and I thought, well, where's that Beyonce at? That's who I'm waiting to come back. That Beyonce. You can go on YouTube and you can put in Beyonce Baby Boy Atlanta. Beyonce Baby Boy Atlanta. You need to see that. Because, A, that's the Beyonce that I'm waiting for again to return. But as it relates to the process of producing something, you know, they did a play on, in fact, on this channel, if you just got to the main channel, my advertisement that I have playing, the music is Arrival of the King. It's from Coming to America, when Simi has sent a telegram saying, please send money, you know, and then the family gets worried, and now here they come. And so we have this big dramatic scene of the motorcade. Dun 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 baga bum dun dun baga bum 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 dun dun dun, and it's very, you know, and then the limos pull up and the Secret Service is getting out and they're scanning the area, and the rose petal girls get out and they're throwing the petals, and then the big crescendo when James Earl Jones gets out of the limousine, they pan up in that big ass fucking so that music she has taken and tried to rearrange it, but the Jedi is a musician, and I hear and not just me, I'm sure other people who are musicians, and maybe if they're not musicians, maybe they like that piece of music and they heard this and they go, hey, you trying to be, that's Arrival of the King. But she did it a little different, you know, and what they're wearing, and you know, they're carrying these silver trays with shoes on them, and the sisters, I don't know why she had a white bitch. That's going to become important in a moment. But that's just the way that our people look. She had the brothers, she had the sisters, and they're all, this umbrella that she's carrying. Dun, 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 and the way, and then the staircase starts to move towards them. It's very dramatic, and then they start going up the stairs, and these brothers are escorting her up, and they just look like Mandingo it. And then they get to the top of it, and you know, they bow to her, and you know, she holds the umbrella up, and then they stand up, and one takes the umbrella, and then somebody comes up and they put in her shoes. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything, man. But even just that one song, the production of just that one number for a live audience was just like undead. I know the hours that one number took. Hours. But so I don't leave it on the white bitch, I have to say this. In her Baby Boy, there's, if you're familiar with the song, when she does this and then goes conceive an angel, and they do that in a circle thing. That's the essence of Black woman right there. So I'm like, why is the white bitch up there? She don't look right doing it. Not instead. Just not instead. Ruined the entire performance for me, and I kind of want my money back, even though I wasn't there and paid me any money. You know, I mean, you know. Anyway, the outcome of anything, everybody, the result, the effort that it takes to do anything in life. You know, if you're a woman, you're a mother, you cook, you know how many times your family come in and they just grubbing off the plate. They ain't think about all the hours you've been in the kitchen trying to make that turkey or that chicken or the, you know, whatever you're fixing be amazing for them, and how you had to think of that. You probably was thinking about the recipe all day and what you're going to fix and what, you know. It's exhausting. First, I wanted, as I was trying to do when we had our audio issue, I was trying to say welcome to all the new subscribers to this channel and to Jedi Africa. I am the Jedi. And I remind my people again that you need to get over to Jedi Africa and subscribe to the channel over there if you're interested in following me. If I'm not important in your life, then this is not for you. But I do appreciate the movement that I've seen over to Jedi Africa. That also becomes important because our next sitting will be on Jedi Africa. I have some major updating to share with you on my return home to the Gambia, and you know, there's a lot we need to talk about, and I just need to put you in my headspace, and yeah, a lot's been going on, everybody. You know, today is my best friend's birthday, and he's 73. You wouldn't believe it, I promise you. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't. That's the thing that jacks me up now, because all those years ago when we became friends, like I'm usually not into anybody's age. I'm not that person. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? I don't do that. Wallahi, y'all know Janet Jackson is my wife. I will fight you. And there are people that have been killed. I can't get into it. There could be people looking. I don't want to self-incriminate. But anyways, I didn't know how old Janet was. I even when I'm at the what was it, the second time I saw her live for Rhythm Nation, and she literally sat on the stage in front of me and sang "Let's Wait a While," looking at me, blowing kisses at me and everything. It never dawned on me how old she is. Never happened, you know. I don't know if I would have seen her different if I knew we were the same age. I don't know if I would have thought anything. I don't know. It didn't matter. Like, that's just Janet Jackson. That's my wife, and that's what it is. Like, you know. Yeah, I didn't know. You know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't live in that space, you know. So, it's only been in the last years that it's on me, like, wow, Joseph is really older than me, you know, and not by like 2 years or something, you know. But today's his birthday, and he's well, and I spoke with him earlier, and may I look as good and be as youthful at 73, inshallah. May I get to 73. You know, I'd like to live to 173. Yeah, and some of the stuff that I'm going to speak about today and bring, you know, some of it's old, but as I've said over the years, if I haven't spoken about it, it is new. It hasn't even been spoken about until I speak about it, as far as I'm concerned. So such is the case with this. But the pushing thing for me to be here today with you, again, I welcome the new subscribers. Was, as you know, I'm very passionate about the state of the injustice, the crime, the genocide, the Holocaust against the Palestinians. I remind and educate you to know that every Palestinian is not a Muslim. There are Christian Palestinians. There are agnostic Palestinians. There's non-believing Palestinians. Just because they're Palestinian doesn't mean they're Muslim. But these people, if there's any people on the earth that have a claim second to ours, it would have to be the Palestinians. First, there's us. Then there's not a more oppressed people anywhere on planet Earth than the Palestinians. And yet they found the humanity, the compassion, when we were in the streets in Ferguson being tear gassed. It was the Palestinians that started tweeting us to tell us how to deal with tear gas, because they're tear gassed all the time. Allahu Akbar. Rahimahullah. And what these Zionist, fake, unholy, demonic, non-religious, evil demons who run this illegal theft of land called Israel, they have no love or respect for Palestinians. They are exactly like the white devils here. No different. Don't let them put this Jew title over on you. Fuck that. Because as I've said to you, you don't know any Orthodox Jews. You don't know any Jews. You haven't seen them. You don't know them. Because when you see them, you'd be like, oh, I thought y'all was, oh, but you, oh. You don't see them. You don't know them. They agree with me. Fuck Israel. It is against the law of Torah and Orthodox Judaism for any Jew to have a state. That's first. For them to get to the flag. They don't associate with that at all. Nothing about this place called Israel do Orthodox holy people identify with at all. At all. At all. Israel is to Judaism what ISIS is to Islam. That's a fact. You need to also know this, because this is, you know, Israel's declared war. And you need to know this, that they're giving you Hamas again, as if it's some terrorist band. Hamas is a democratically elected government in Palestine. Be very clear that Hamas was and is, but certainly before they were elected, is to the Palestinian people what the Black Panther is and was for us. A group of brothers saying, fuck this bullshit, we over it, and we're willing to do something about it. So we must stand with the Palestinians. We don't have any sympathy for any fucking Israel bullshit at all. You don't like being attacked by the Palestinians? Take your bitch back to Poland. Take your bitch ass back to Germany. Take your bitch ass back to where the fuck you came from. Do that. They live in an open air prison. Then, if you watch the footage that you may have seen before you saw me today, look and watch. They're telling you there are hundreds of Israelis that have been killed. The only image I've seen, if you've seen something else, you type that shit now. The only image I've seen from the Israeli side, be clear, is burnt out cars. I'm still waiting on rubbled buildings. Just can't find it. Have looked at hours of footage. Have not seen a single rubbled building on the Israeli side. Just can't find it. Just cannot find a building in rubble. Just burnt out cars is all I can find. So for all these thousands of rockets they claim that Hamas sent into Israel, apparently the rockets only hit cars, apparently. Outside of pristine buildings. Just pristine. Just pristine. And then they want you to believe that all these people, these Israelis have died, and I've not seen a single casualty. Not one. Not one. But I've seen whole buildings going down on the Palestinian side. Oh, by the way, all of this is Palestine, so let's be very clear. Remember, in 1948, these fucked up ass, big nosed, disgusting ass white people marched into Palestine and literally went door to door murdering and killing Palestinians. Literally. The ones they didn't kill, they said you can only take what you can carry in your arms and get the fuck out. That's what they did. And they've been doing that shit since 1948. Let's be very clear. We have no love or sympathy for any fucking Israel or anybody in that bitch. Do you understand me? None at all. And how they talk about the Palestinians. Let me see if I can find my first clip. I hope I can find this, because this guy says what I see. I've watched many documentaries, and how even the youngest Israel, fucked up little ugly disgusting little Israel child talks about the Palestinians. They're very arrogant, like as if they're just nothing, like they need to move to the other side of the street when we walk down the street. This fucker, if I can find the clip, is saying, me and my wife and children have more right to walk down the West Bank than any Arab, and was dead ass. Don't have no sympathy for this shit. Your sympathy needs to lie with the oppressed on anything. Not just this. Your sympathy should always be with the oppressed. Because that's where the grace of God lies. And I'm telling you, these people are oppressed. Oh, Lord. I don't know if this is it. Israel, Palestine. Let's see. What? Israel. Alright, I'll just start with the most recent one that I added and see if that has this fucker in it. You can't believe it, man. Like, we not here for these people, dude. We not. Israel's not a holy place, everybody. It's not. It's a theft of fucking land. That's all it is. And as I said to you, I've educated you over the years to let you know that one of the things they do is they have a right of some title they've called it. I've said it to you before. It doesn't come to mind now. But if you're one of these fake ass, big nose ass people here, I don't need to allow ads right now, bitch. My channel's not even monetized, so fuck off. When you turn 18, they pay all your fucking expenses for you to just go to Israel. Just go. One, it helps to keep their population numbers up. You see? But it's also to instill this bullshit in them that they are, that this is some sacred place and, you know, all of that. You know, there's some Africans there. If you went to Israel, you would find some level of diversity. But let's be very clear of what really is. And then what's also disgusting is you should also be noticing, if you watch it in the media, I don't have media, I don't have cable, I have to see everything online. If it doesn't come across my radar, I won't know about it. I don't know what's happening in my own city or in my own state. That's the truth. But what I could tell you is if you watch American media, you see that everything is about Israel. It's all about Israel. You're like, fuck the Palestinians. Sometime back, not too long, less than probably a year, I brought you where, I forget, I don't know who the, I think it was the State Department dude or whatever it was. There he was standing in the press room of the White House. Some other aggression, yet another aggression that these fucking big nose ass people had pulled off on the Palestinians. And it's about Israel has the right to defend itself. And finally a reporter said, well, do the Palestinians have a right to defend themselves? He would not fucking answer it. Won't answer, do they have the right to defend themselves, and are they a state? Fuck America too. I pray for the destruction, total annihilation of Israel and America. Period, the fucking end. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. May Allah make it so. And then in our own country here, you know, we have to deal with these same big nose Zionist fake people. Remember, these are not holy people, everybody. So when we're talking about these people, we're not even talking about Jews. We're not. This is something else. Do you understand? So here in this country, you feel it when every 5 minutes they are screaming that somebody offended them, that they were anti-Semitic. Bitch, you're not even Semitic. You're not even holy. You're a fucking murdering thief. What? So what? Nah, let's be very clear. Damn it. Damn it. Whatever. I got some other stuff I'm going to show you, but I specifically wanted to find this clip because oh, this won't be it. This is the fucking CNN bullshit. And I had to watch, no, NBC. I had to watch them because I had to make myself sit through the vomit that I knew they were going to be presenting. You know, it's all about Israel. It's all about Israel. Fuck these people, man. They should have been annihilated a long time ago. What frustrates me is I'm not understanding why Arab countries in the region who have military might don't fucking attack their bitch ass, and haven't. Even now, Biden is trying to coax a deal with Saudi Arabia to be friends with, to supply more security to Israel for exchange for something that's supposed to be some accord for the U.S., Saudi, and Israel. Fuck Israel, dude. They're nothing but a problem. The irony of all this is, again, white people are the evil of the earth, everybody. Evil is real, and it resides only in white people. I've proven that over the years. If you don't know that to be a fact, you need to go and fucking learn. Period, the end. But that's a fact. And so in the context of that, what you need to understand is that if the irony of all of this is that Hitler doesn't exist anymore. There's no more Nazi army. They could take the bitch ass back where the fuck they came from. That's real. And they shut down Helen Thomas's entire career because she said that. She wasn't even on duty. She was on Capitol Hill walking around. Some of these rabbi students came up, saw Helen Thomas. She is a Semitic woman, Jew. They came up to her and said, what do you think about, because there was yet more conflict between fucking Palestine and Israel, which is never conflict, everybody. Con means two, with. There's no conflict. It's just attack from Israel on the Palestinians. So they were attacking Palestinians yet again. And so whatever year this was, and they went up to Helen Thomas. They knew who she was. She was the head of the White House press corps and highly respected. They had a award in her name and everything else. And said, what do you think about, the Palestinian-Israel thing? And they're like, they need to go back to where they came from. Nobody's oppressing them anymore. They can go back to, he goes, ooh, where do you think that should, well, they can go back to Poland and Germany and wherever they came from. She meant the shit. Her career was over that day. Not like, ooh, will Helen Thomas be, no, that day, bitch. Her career was over. Over. Because of these fucking Zionist-ass people. No sympathy for fucking Israel. None at all. Is this the one? Well, this isn't the one, but you could see this because his attitude is shitty too.
Colonel Richard Hecht.
And this journalist does a fantastic job on this interview. She could have gone further. I'm not going to sweat her. Since I couldn't be there. You feel me? First let me see who's here, or if anybody's even here. Let's see. How do I see you? Cheryl Bryant, a big shout out to you, Queen. I'm glad you're here and not at work. William Bell, big shout out to you. You say you good, sir. Black Beauty, always. Big shout out to you. Sean Scott, big shout out to you, and thank you. Evelyn, a big shout out to you. Walaikum salam. Queen Mother, dark feminine energy. I love that so much. I love that so much. That's one of the things no white bitch could ever even approach that. You feel me? They're just Heather Johnson. Like that. Keep it pushing, bitch. Queen Mother, dark feminine energy. You feel me? That's a sister. Big shout out to you. Simply Sandra, I simply love you. Here the weather is mild. I hope. Yes. Took a lot for that to happen for you to hear me clearly now. Black Beauty. Beyond evil. is we're starting to have problems with the stream. Right there, everybody. Right there. I'm getting my first error that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain the stream. Who thinks that's real? In the stream. Who thinks that's real? I already have the data. Simply to collapse that happened. Frames per second. I'm getting my first error that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain the stream. Who thinks that's real?